Welcome to episode 44 of G. Halloran's Beer Reviews. As you can see, this afternoon I will be reviewing Chimay Gold. So it's a Trappist beer. As you know, I've reviewed two other Chimay brews. I really enjoy everything from this brewery. Well, so far anyway, and I'm sure I like this one too. It's got a very good rating online. It is a Trappist beer, so it's brewed by Catholic monks in Belgium. So a religious order of Catholic monks. It says it should be served between 6 and 8 degrees, so I haven't chilled it for too long. It comes in at 8% alcohol by volume in a 330 milliliter bottle. So it's the same style bottle as the other red and blue. Chimay actually make, the monastery actually makes cheeses as well, so I wouldn't maybe someday mind trying to get some of the cheese and maybe pair it with the beer. I think that would be good. So, anyway, what else do I know about the beer? Not a lot. A lot of things that aren't in English, so I'm not too sure exactly what it's talking about, but I'm sure it'll be okay. I've looked online and it said that this is similar to the red brew, but it's slightly different in its spices. So the spices are different compared to the red. So anyway, let's see what it's like, eh? I'll crack it open. Okay, I've just got the goblet glass here. Let's get a bit of a head going. These beers tend to hold a head quite well, so I don't want to be too aggressive. So just bear with me while I pour it. It's looking good though. Okay. Really give it a bit more now. I want to get the rest of the yeast in there. Alright, so whilst that's settling down, it's just over 2 fingers of head. It's a lot of sediment in there. It's a very dark golden colour. Lots of yeast I can see in there. Looks really good. Yeah, it's quite dark in the body and it gets a bit lighter down the bottom due to the sediment in there. As for the smell, wow, I'm getting a different type of smell than I expected. It's orange. Yeah, very distinct orange citrus smell. So that's obviously the different spice in comparison to the red, but it's very pronounced. A very strong orange smell, or more like orange peel. Not so much the orange, but the peel. That's real citrus smells coming through. It smells really good. Getting some malt undertones there, but the orange is quite pronounced, and it smells really good. Something different. I haven't had a beer that smells like this before. Um, yeah. So anyway, it smells really good actually. So inviting. Look, if I haven't even tasted it yet, but the Chimay beers, it's smelling good, and I got a good feeling it's going to be okay. Well, it's going to be very okay. So anyway, let's dig into it. Cheers. Carbonated. Wow. They never ever cease to amaze me. I'll tell you what, that is something special. Something special. I'll give it another sip before I can describe it. It's a beautiful citrus orange taste, balanced in with bready malts, and it just lingers through it. It just sort of interweaves with each other. So you have the sip, and you get the taste of the orange citrus and the spices in there. Sort of a cinnamon taste as well. So I could describe it: orange and cinnamon, and then the malts are there, just really lingering throughout. Really good. Well, I'm really impressed with this. For me, this is very tasty. I'm enjoying this. At 8% alcohol by volume, you think beers get that high, you think they'd be, you get the taste of the alcohol, could be a little bit overbearing in a brew, but that is not the case at all with this. You wouldn't even notice it. It's so smooth. It's like velvet in your mouth. It is very, very good. Yes, remarkably good. I'll just give it some more, and I don't want to stop. It's just so good. Sort of a medium body, not exactly dry or wet. Medium mouth feel in that regard. But you got that great cinnamon citrus, and then the malts are in there. It's just really well balanced. Bit of bitterness lingers in the palate, but not a great deal, but a really nice amount. It's this is a remarkable beer. A remarkable beer. It's very, very good. Quite carbonated, and yeah, I can see the yeast working through it. Like I've almost finished that now. That is really good. For a stronger beer, the sessionability of this beer is extremely high. You could drink many of these. These are very, very nice. Um, yeah, very, very good. You could drink many of these, but at 8%, you're probably wise not to drink too many. But one more sip and I'll give it a score. It's a remarkable beer. This is remarkable. This is probably one of the best brews I've had, to be honest. I have to say that straight up. Um, for me, anyway, just the flavors that are in there, it really hits what I like. It's a good beer. If you like beer, this is good. But some people might say, "Oh, it's not really my thing." But for me, this is exactly what I look for. This is so nice. It is remarkably good. I gave the Chimay Blue 10. The Chimay Red, I believe, I gave 9. I believe. I think maybe 9.5. No, 9. I think. Um, yeah, my memory is not always the best, but for this, it's open and shut case. It's 10 out of 10. Chimay Gold, Trappist beer, 10 out of 10 for me. I think I gave the blue 10 out of 10, but for me, I actually prefer this over the blue. The flavour for me is what I actually look for. They're both remarkable beers, but for me, this really hits it for me. It's just a really great tasting beer. Um, I had high expectations for this, but it's achieved that and more. Really good. So 10 out of 10 for Chimay Gold. Thanks for watching another G Hello beer review, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.